are a lot of amazing guests, but there are definitely some that stand out for the wrong reasons. These are 5 of the absolute worst guests that we had to deal with. Oh, they were bad. So I just want to apologize right off at the beginning. I have been fighting the flu and a bad cough, and so I am sucking on a cough drop, so I'm not hacking at you while I'm doing this video. When you start working at a theme park, you have to deal with people. You deal with all sorts of people. You deal with a lot of amazing people. But there is that handful that just drive you nuts. And so trying to narrow that down, I came up with 5 types of guests that are the absolute worst to deal with. Now, this isn't talking about groups. That's a whole nother subject. But these 5 people will just stick out and stick in your craw and drive you insane. The first of the 5, the just plain rude and unhappy. This is probably well, when I was there, it was the smallest. They seem to have grown in number. But they are people that they're determined that no matter what happens, they're going to be unhappy. They're not going to like what's going on. They're not going to like where they are. And they're bound and determined to make sure that you don't like it either. They're going to be rude. They've already decided their day is bad, and so they want to ruin yours as well. They've got nothing nice to say to anyone about anything. It's all complaints. Thankfully, there aren't very many of these types, but they're the ones that you spot them coming down the road, and it's just the scowl on their face. It's almost like a storm cloud floating over the, I'm not happy and you're not gonna be either. Rah! And you just kind of, they're the ones that'll complain about everything. The food is too hot. The food is too cold. The food is actually the right temperature. How dare it be the right temperature? This ride was not fun. This ride was too much fun. This ride was just the right amount of fun, but it wasn't what I wanted it to be. I didn't want a roller coaster, even though it says roller coaster everywhere, and there's the track right over the entrance. How dare it be a roller coaster? They just aren't happy. All you can do is, when they come up to you, is you basically go, I'm sorry. I'm sorry the sun's shining. I'm sorry that there's liquid rain. I'm sorry that there is wind blowing. I'm sorry that there's air. And you just apologize for everything, because that's all you can do. And then you let them go. They're not going to be nice. They're going to say mean and rude things. And you have to slough it off. That's the hardest part, because every now and then they'll say stuff that you just want to haul off and sock them. Natural response when you get these types of people. You just have to kind of ignore them and let them go and, go away and move on to the next person. And then find somebody that's happy to help cheer you up again. The second type of person would drive me nuts. The people who didn't know where they were. Okay, you would get common questions at Disney. Walt Disney World, you get people that would walk up all the time and ask,
where's Harry Potter World? How do you get to SeaWorld?
Okay, you booked your vacation, you didn't pay any attention. But then you would also get people who would be sitting at Epcot and they go, how do you get to Disney World? You're in it. Where's the castle? And those kinds of things would drive you nuts. When I was at Busch Gardens, I would have people ask me how to get to Disney World. You're in Tampa. It's over in Orlando. That's over an hour drive. Hello. But where it really shows up is when you get people that would come to Silver Dollar City, Branson, Missouri, middle of the Ozark Hills, and you'd have people walk up to you straight, serious, not kidding.
Where's Big Thunder Mountain?
Or, more often,
where's the Haunted Mansion?
Okay, now Silver Dollar City does have an attraction called Grandfather's Mansion. It's a walkthrough. It's not a ride. It doesn't have ghosts. But you'd have people wanting Disney's Haunted Mansion at Silver Dollar City. Not here. It's like almost 2,000 miles away, down southeast. People just not a clue and not paying any attention. These are the ones that would ask you how to get the monorail from Hollywood Studios over to Animal Kingdom. There's no monorail. People who didn't understand that Disney and Universal were not the same company. People who didn't understand that Florida and Missouri are not the same state. Of course, if you ever want fun, ask some people just randomly, how many states are there? And watch the different answers you get. People just utterly clueless. People who had no idea how to use an app, no idea how to use a map, no idea how to use the schedule. They're just kind of wandering around. Now, I understand if they're not the ones booking the trip, that they're kind of following other people, but when they're the ones in charge, yeah, you're in trouble. Those types of people, though, honestly, we would laugh about it. They were just mildly annoying. Where it really got cranked up was when you get the entitled ones. The ones who came into the park with, we spent all this money and we deserve special treatment. Yeah, so did everybody else around you. They all spent the same money you did to get into the park, to stay at a hotel, on the expensive food and the expensive souvenirs. There's a general rule at Disney. We were encouraged to find ways to make magical moments, to do special things. Remember that, Disney? Magical moments. It's a good thing. We were encouraged to look for ways to make something special. But the unsaid rule was, if the guest asks for a magical moment, they're not getting one. If the guest is looking for something just for them, nope, sorry. You'd look for people who weren't expecting it, who didn't want extras. But these entitled people, they're the ones walking up.
Hey, I hear you do magical moments. I want one. What are you going to do for me?
I'll take your picture in front of the castle. Yep, I'll even use your camera. How's that for magic?
Hey, I've spent all this money. I should be getting free popcorn and drinks.
And why does anybody get free popcorn and drinks? I had people, no joke, at Silver Dollar City.
We spent all this money. We should be able to ride up in the engine with the engineer.
Nope, not gonna happen. You'd see them demand these extras that, we should be allowed to skip the lines because we spent money, and it's just this attitude that, I talked about the grumpy ones, with the storm cloud. With these, you just kind of watch them. Yeah, there's the entitled guest. It is funny how many of these guests you can spot coming down the hill, and you'll see them right away. The rude, the clueless, the entitled, and then there's the fanatic. The fanatic is the one that's constantly going, see, look at that. Look at that. They're the ones that don't think that they are a normal guest. In enthusiast circles, you will see these people that will put down the GP.
It's all the GP's fault. Man, I'm so happy I'm not GP. Blah, blah, blah.
For those who don't know, GP is the general public. That's your regular guest. What these people haven't figured out is if they're not media, and if they're not a park employee, they're GP. We're all general public when we're visiting a park. But they think they know everything. They all know how it works. That over there is a B&M hypercoaster. Yeah, it's made by Premier. They'll throw out facts and information and share it with you whether you want to know it or not. Now, I will admit, I have fallen into this realm. The fanatics tend to be know-it-alls, and yeah, I definitely do that sometimes. They will drive people around. You'll be standing in line, waiting, just relaxing, and then you'll hear them go,
yeah, Space Mountain was the very first launched looping roller coaster. It does 150 miles an hour.
Space Mountain doesn't go upside down, and it goes like 25. But wrong information doesn't stop them. They're the ones that will tell you how many people died on a ride, but nobody has ever died on. And it's just hilarious sometimes. There have honestly been times when I've been in line, I've wanted to record them because they're just off the wall sometimes. And then every now and then you get one that actually knows what they're talking about, but because they know it, they think it doesn't apply to them, that they're special. Yeah, the fanatics just kind of... They're the ones that follow you around, spitting information out at you, and wanting to know more. And I'm not talking about just people who watch the videos wanting to learn. I mean, they're hounding you, and you're kind of going, I got a job to do, and there's like hundreds of people waiting in line. I can't ignore the hundreds for you. I love fans. I absolutely love fans. I even love the Fanatic some. But when you're trying to work, yeah, they're the ones that want to hog all the time to themselves and the attention. We would have one guy at Silver Dollar City that would literally stand outside the station and tell people every fact about every engine, when we got them, when they bought them, when they put it on the track, to anybody walking by. And most people didn't care. And no, this guy was not special needs. I mean, you can, when you have somebody with special needs, okay, it's understandable. But no, he wasn't. He thought it was his calling in life to share everything about the train with everybody. Bro, let me tell you, it's time for a new calling in life. But probably the ones that get most on my nerves are the ones that don't think the rules apply to them. Now, these people can fit into the various other categories. They may be a fanatic who thinks, well,
hey, I know everything about roller coasters, so therefore I don't have to put my lap bar down.
They may, be one of these jerks.
So I don't want to have to listen to you, so I'm going to do what I want.
They may be the entitled. I don't have to wait in line like everybody else. I'm special. Whatever it is, when they cross over into that realm of rules don't apply, this is the type of guest that I would yell at. I don't yell at guests. I absolutely don't. But these are the ones that put safety at risk. They put other guests at risk. They do dumb things like, you'll see them at the train actually take their kid. They miss the train, we're getting ready to leave, and they will hold their kid up and put them over the fence to drop them onto the loading dock so a family member on the train can get off the now moving train and go grab the kid. Because, rules don't apply to them. Yes, I saw that a couple times. They're the ones that you will find just going backstage. What are you doing in the employee area? Oh, I just wanted to see what was back here. Didn't figure that when it said employees only, that meant me. They're the ones that try to leave the restraints up instead of all the way down. They're the ones skipping lines. They're the ones that you see on the roller coasters and the dark rides that pull their phones out and try to record the ride. Don't pull your phones out on the rides. Okay, there are some ways to film safely on dark rides and stuff. But if it's a thrill ride, put your phone away. I've seen too many people get hit by flying phones. I've ducked flying phones. You don't need footage on a ride that's going... There's footage online that's going to be much better than anything you're going to film. Stop it. People ask me all the time, well, why don't you just use a GoPro harness? I have a GoPro and a harness. I've actually been invited a couple times by parks to use it. I don't do it because I don't want people seeing my stuff and going, SirWillow can break the rules and get good footage, so therefore so can I. So, no, if you've ever seen on-ride footage from me, it's filmed with permission, with specific equipment, with the park's supervision. I don't film on-ride because I don't want people to do the same thing. These people, the rules don't apply to them. They're the ones, honestly, that I could be walking and all of a sudden you see them start to hop a fence. You see them stand up on a ride. Oh yeah, you bet. If I see them standing on a ride, I'm yelling at them, sit down and buckle up. Because I don't want to have to pick up the pieces. And I know that's kind of gross, but the people that just... They may be thinking, but they don't care.
Well, the rules are there, but, it's just guidelines.
Line skippers. If I see a group that's coming to skip the line and I'm in line, yeah, that's when you'll see me kind of step into the middle of the line and make myself nice and wide. Excuse me, we need to get up there. Yeah, so do I, but I'm waiting my turn, so are you. Yeah, but my family's up there. Oh, well, they can wait till you catch up. You don't have to skip. If you've got a legit reason to skip, like a kid had to run to the restroom, then the cast member will take you up there. When I see 4 teenagers coming up, nope. The people who don't want to obey the rules. These would be the ones that the train would be in the woods and they'd think that it was okay to hop off the train.
You know what? Nature called. Let's just jump down.
Well, buddy, now you gotta wait for security to come get you. The people that when we tell them, don't pull the pull cord except if it's a medical emergency.
Oh, that doesn't mean me.
Yep, happened a lot. Random times. Usually at the station. But you see him pull it, oh, I just wanted to get a better look at the roundhouse. Well, you're going to get a real good look at the roundhouse now, and you might even get a special ride past it. Rules are there for reasons. Obey them. That's a lot of the people that would drive me nuts. 5 types, or there are people that would drive you nuts too. I'd love to hear your stories. Please share it in the comments below. I also want to give a huge shout out to my patrons, my YouTube members, my financial supporters. I couldn't do what I do without them. They are a huge support, and there's a lot of perks, and they get to know me in other ways as well. I do want to give a shout out to my 2 newest ones. So thank you to Kat for signing up and to Parker Odell. I know I'm a little late with your shout out there, but thank you guys so much. If you want to know more about that, please check the description below. Thank you so incredibly much for watching. God bless. This is the 5 worst types of guests I had to deal with. So among the worst, these are 5 of the... Okay, that's terrible. So, there was generally... Figment's gonna drive me nuts. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please let me know your thoughts, your comments, your suggestions, your ideas. Be sure to share them in the comments below, or you can contact me. There's information in the description that has my email address, fan pages, information about merchandise, and so much more. So be sure to check that out. Don't forget to hit that like button, share the video, and if you haven't already, hit the button right up there to subscribe. And in fact, if you did enjoy this, I've even got another video for you right here. And also about these wonderful people here, those are my YouTube members and my patrons, the ones whose financial support makes this possible. I couldn't do it without them. If you want to know more about that and the perks that come with it, well, be sure to check the description. There's a link right down there. Thank you so incredibly much. God bless.